Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Reba here, and I am officially done using my friend's little rototiller. Luckily, I've owned other electric weed eaters and electric lawnmowers in the past because my husband, of course, was active duty for many years, and I just was not strong enough to pull the handle for many of those years to get those gas mowers going. And now I know why, because of those health problems that I had due to women's monthly issues and being severely anemic and my body stressed to the point that I almost died. But other than that, yeah, so I have extra extension cords so that I could do the yard work while my husband was in the military and that sort of thing. So, and plus I guess people will have extra, extension cords for various reasons, just around the house or whatnot. But yeah, so that's basically the reason why I had 2 extension cords versus just the one. But I got it all cleaned up, this rototiller here, and I just finished spraying it off and cleaning all of the tangled weeds and everything out, and cleaned it up really good, the best I could, and got all the grass and stuff out of everything. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, you guys. Let's see. So down here, everything looks really nice and clean. And my motto is, when you try to return something that you've borrowed, return it the same or better than what you received it. So I've given it a good spray down and everything. But look what we did today. We are burning some of this wood. My husband came out and stacked the wood over here, and then we're burning this little bit that's right here. And so this looks like it's the preferred method of burning. The longer ones is just having it set up on something, and we'll just keep an eye on it and spray it down, or just keep feeding it into the fire. So my husband has been coming out periodically and just stoking the fire and that sort of thing. It's almost time for me to do something with it some more. I got to push some of that wood in and that sort of thing. And then here's where I put some of the grass clippings. I watered it in a little bit today and that sort of thing. I showed Walter a new place that he could lay on this little trampoline, and he loves it, you guys. So I think he's now deemed this his new favorite place in the yard to lay. And so now that he knows it's really comfy. But I wanted to show you guys really quick. I got the whole lawn mowed, so you guys can see. Looks good. I just need a weed eat along the edges of the yard. But for the most part, I'm not really worried about the weed eating too much. I would like to clean up this side just a little bit around my pots so that they look really nice and are standing out in the yard a little bit more. But I don't stress. There's some big giant clumping grass that is along the fence line. So I don't really want to, worry about that too much, but I want to get it down close enough that the snakes aren't having a place to hide very well in that. But everything's looking good. We've moved the lawnmowers over here. I'm gonna look in my garage for a piece of plastic now. We may either, I'm thinking we might keep this lawnmower as a backup, or if somebody at our church needs a lawnmower, we could give it to them, or we can loan it out to our neighbors or whatever if they need something to mow their lawn. So, but I'm definitely thinking it might be a good idea to keep it as a backup, just in case. You never know. I think I have an ant on my arm. Something was crawling on me. So yeah, I have a piece that will actually fit. I was looking at these lawnmowers, and they almost look identical, except for this front cover part right here. But the rest of it looks kind of the same. There's some detailing that's different, on here and right around the back side right there. On this one, it looks almost identical. And I was looking at it, and this area right here is the same size, and it looks like the same exact setup as to this one. And so I have a piece that came with this one as an alternate, the chute part that shoots it out away but downward. I think I have that in my garage somewhere, so I'm going to be looking for that, and then we can add it to this one here. But this one's a Murphy, which is an okay. It's a self-propelled one. It has the 2 bars so that you can either use it or not use it. And then this one here is just a regular push one. To me, I don't think a self-propelled lawnmower is really necessary unless you are, you know, physically not able to push a lawnmower. So yeah, my gooseberries are looking good, you guys. But this is what I've got back here. I'm gonna be knocking out the grass clumps right here, and then maybe pulling in some of this dirt. But I got it as even as I possibly could, you guys, by hand. And I told my husband I just need to go to the store, and I seen some at Walmart that looked relatively a decent price, and get some of that shade cloth type stuff that keeps the weeds out, and then just kind of put it in this section. So you can see it's in the afternoon now, and we're getting a little bit more light. We get a lot of light here in the morning. This back section always has light here, and then we get morning light over here, and then as the day we get some shade in the heat of the day, and then this part right here in the afternoon gets sunny. And so I have some roots that I need to cut. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's kind of in the shade. Let's see if I move over here. And so there's roots sticking out, and they're all over the place. I'm just gonna trim them. These are roots from some of them are the berry vine roots, and some of them are the cherry tree roots that are up here. And so the roots come up under the ground, and they're going under this other shed. So I'm gonna cut those out, and then we'll get that shade cloth put down. And when I'm ready to start planting, I can just cut a hole where I need to plant. But the ground is all tilled and ready to go. And yeah, so I'm super, super excited. I'm thinking I may do something different in the future. I do have those cinder blocks over there along that fence line. I've got a big old bumblebee flying by me, you guys. He's down here in the grass. He's just flying around. I love bumblebees. And so I may put the cinder blocks back over here and create a border for the garden area, possibly behind this garden shed. But I don't know how many it would take, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure I probably don't have enough of the cinder blocks to do an entire square over here. Yeah, I don't think there's enough. I mean, I could maybe block off this section and then put one over to the fence line, but as far as keeping bunnies and stuff out, I don't think that's gonna work. So I may just leave them where they are. But everything's looking good. I got some dirt clumps along here, and then I'm gonna get this all cleaned up and make that look nice. Get that shade cloth down, like I said, and then I'm ready to go. I can't wait. But I wanted to show you guys back here in the forest. See this right here? That's a giant 3-foot tall Thatcher ant den. And if I zoom in, you might be able to see the activity. Let's see. You might be able to see the ants moving. My hand doesn't wiggle too much. But yeah, that's a giant 3-foot tall Thatcher ant. And they are coming over here right now. And they are in my dirt here, buzzing around. And they're trying to crawl on me. I just knocked one off. So they're climbing up my body. But they got the big red heads. So I will be very mindful of them and respectful of them. And that sort of thing. But they're all back here, and they're checking out what I was doing. But everything is looking really good. I only went up so far next to the fence line because there is this piece of wire that is attached to the fence that comes along here, and so I wanted to be really careful not to catch that. So there are still some clumps of grass right along here, and I'll just take the weed eater through there. Now this other side, I'll probably end up walking along this section here, so I'll cut these out and so I don't trip, and I'll probably walk along here because it's kind of tight, you know, to plant anything. Then I have this little section back in here, and I think what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably end up using the weed eater to clean all this. And this is that tall clumping grass that I was telling you guys about. That's back here along the fence line. It's all along the fence line. But I'll probably use the weed eater back here because I won't be able to bring the mower back here during the summer months. So I will just come back here and weed eat. And it's a small enough space that it won't be that much of a bother. But I can keep some of my plants back here in this section that like the shade. So I'll figure out what plants would do good back in this section. I'll show you where the rabbits are coming through. So the rabbits have created a little space right here, down along here, and they're going through the this little path is their little path. So they're coming in there, and then they're going in right at that corner right there. And that's where they chewed up my greenhouse and the little stinkers. And so here's another hole where they're going in underneath. So yeah, typically I don't think it's rats, although it could be rats. I've seen rats run across this in the middle of the night. My husband was like, oh, that's not rats, last year, because my sister-in-law was over, and her and I both saw it, and it wasn't a squirrel. It didn't have a bushy enough tail, and the rats run across and then they jump onto our roof. So yeah, we've had rats in our house here, probably because we're so close to the forest right here, and we get a lot of wildlife in the back, which is really awesome. And I really don't mind having rabbits in my yard because it's part of nature, you guys. And so yeah, I'm gonna plant, probably I'm gonna do tomato plants here because they need the sun the most, and that's the sunniest spot in this part of the little garden. So I'm gonna do some tomato plants here. I might be able to do 5 tomato, maybe 6 max along here, and then any other tomato plants that I end up having, I'll probably take those to the church community garden, and or even give some away, and or even sell some. I'll probably do all of the above, because I think it's really important that we share as much as we can with people who are in need. And it's also good to be able to make a tiny bit of money and be able to kind of support being able to go and buy the seeds again, and or even have the equipment that you need to garden and that sort of thing. And so I don't think it's bad. People kind of say, oh, well, I'm not asking for money, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. But to be completely honest, I mean, you kind of do need money in order to do some things. So I just seen a piece of glass here, so I'm going to pick this up. And I'm going to take that and throw it away. I found light bulbs back here, and there's still some trash. There's a Snickers wrapper here somewhere. But yeah, these ants are all over this ground here, and I think I felt one in my sock. So I want them to be able to dig around and that sort of thing right now, but I'm going to leave them alone now. I'll probably come out here with some diatomaceous earth and that sort of thing, but it looks like we've got a den right there, maybe. There's something there. No, they're eating a worm, you guys. They got a worm. Let's see if you guys can see it. Let's see where I'm gonna point to it. It's right there. They're eating that worm. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's still alive. The worm is still alive. They're just munching on it, you guys. Well, anyways, that's pretty much it for the day, guys. Just kind of sharing with what I've gotten done. I've gotten a lot done. The garden is looking amazing. My plants are looking amazing. I have high hopes for this year. Even though the greenhouse blew over, I'm still so blessed, and I'm so grateful. And we'll end this on looking at my gooseberries. And they're looking good. I got flowers on here. They're looking beautiful, and they're getting bigger. Oh, so excited, you guys. Anyways, I need to water them this evening. You guys have a wonderful day. Comment, like, and subscribe, and click that bell button. And as always, have a wonderful day, and God bless. Bye.